How's it going, everybody? It's your boy, DemoCat here.
Hi, Herbert.
So anyways, today's topic is about parents. Not good parents, not parents that actually know what the hell they're doing. I'm talking about parents that probably deserve to have CPS called on them and have their children taken very far away from them. Today we're talking about an individual that is named John Roderick, and, you know, from looking him up, he's one of those kinds of individuals that apparently was part of some sort of old band. He's, like, literally the only surviving member of it from what I know of, and let's just put it this way, this man is one of those kinds of individuals that I like to classify as someone that suffers from trapped disorder. What is trapped disorder, you may be wondering? Well, my amazing listeners, allow me to explain it to you. Trapped disorder affects, you know, a very select few individuals, usually individuals that are part of some sort of really popular band or some sort of one-hit wonder band. They're the kinds of individuals that still think that they are in their prime when their prime was 10 years ago and nowadays barely anyone even remembers them, but they still think that, you know, everyone is an adoring fan when in reality people are just giving them sympathy likes. So anyways, guys, you probably have already heard about this one. This one is kind of a little bit of an older story, if you will. It's at least a good couple weeks old, and I've been sitting on these screenshots for quite some time. I just pretty much completely forgot about this one. So basically, John Roderick here ended up making this entire long, freaking short story in the form of a Twitter thread here, basically detailing a story between him and his 9-year-old daughter. Keep that one in mind. 9 years old, alright? Try and imagine what you were doing at 9 years old. I remember what I was doing at 9 years old. I think at 9 years old I scraped my ankle while I was riding a family bike. I'm not going to read through the entire thing because I want this video to be like 10 or 15 minutes long, so I'm going to try and summarize it and kind of, you know, go over the different issues of it while I'm basically summarizing it. So basically the entire story here starts off with him doing some sort of puzzle or some garbage like that, I don't know. He was doing some sort of jigsaw puzzle, and his 9-year-old daughter decided to come up to him and, you know, tell him that, you know, she was hungry. Like most children, you know, they pretty much get hungry fairly easily, you know, they're fairly young, they probably eat a lot of meals, like, let's just put it this way. This is a fairly standard parenting dilemma here, you know, your young kid ends up coming to you and says, you know, hey, I'm hungry, you know, I need some food here, I'm starving here, and, you know, I'm gonna give you two options here. I'm gonna give you two options here as to what you think the correct, you know, solution to this issue is. Do you think it's option A? You know, kind of take a break from what you're doing and decide to, you know, heat up something. Maybe go the extra mile and ask, you know, the kid, you know, what do you feel like eating and decide to make that for them if it's possible. Or do you think it's option B? Basically, just tell them to go and make something themselves, and when they ask more questions, basically do absolutely nothing to actually help them when you could have easily done it yourself in just like 30 seconds. I'm gonna give you a couple seconds to kind of figure out the answer here. If you guys picked answer A, apparently according to John Roderick here, that's the wrong answer. That's the wrong answer. You know, you don't be a good parent. You decide to basically just shove a can and a can opener into your daughter's arms and then tell her to figure it out for herself while you just go back to work. Give this guy Parent of the Year, you know, 2021 right here. He basically goes on this massive Twitter thread detailing this entire story, basically talking about, you know, the struggles of his, again, 9-year-old daughter trying to figure out how to use a can opener on a can. I mean, if you wanted to teach your kid how to use a can opener, maybe you should have at least, you know, maybe demonstrated it, but, you know, I guess that would just be too much goddamn effort, wouldn't it? You know, it's genuinely absolutely amazing how he words this entire thing. I'll at least give you a nice little excerpt here from his nice little short story. I told her stories of some of the great cans I'd opened over the years. That's only one sentence in the entire story. And that entire feeling never leaves throughout this entire story. He phrases this as if it's some sort of like Lord of the Rings short story or something like that. Except instead of it being the Lord of the Rings, it's the Lord of Terrible Parenting. But yeah, obviously the tweet got a lot of backlash. No one really thought that this was a good parenting strat. But what genuinely terrifies me is that there were in fact some individuals that actually thought that this was, you know, a genuinely, you know, good idea, a genuinely good parenting strat. Apparently there was someone that was, you know, was supposedly, you know, a children's therapist for 14 years that genuinely thought that this was actually a, you know, a good take. And of course, you know, obviously the person that responds pretty much shares my sentiment towards this. Like, if they're an actual child's therapist, then hopefully their higher-ups actually, you know, saw this tweet and immediately revoked their therapy license, because in all honesty, they don't really need to be anywhere near children if they think that this is good parenting. And I also like how the person that responded to them pointing out how disgusting their, you know, opinion on this horrifying story was, basically ratioed the person that agreed with John Roderick here. You love to see it. You love to see it. But anyways, guys, that's it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like. It's very well appreciated. Leave a comment down below what you thought about the video and what you want me to talk about next. And also subscribe to the channel if you're new and you want to see more content like this. Also go ahead and follow me on Twitter. That's always very well appreciated. I'll leave the handle on screen and whatnot. And let's go for a like goal today, guys. If this video gets 1 like, I'll personally send everyone their very own can opener. This has been Sandy, and have yourselves a nice day.
Sort of say goodbye. See you again sometime. La da 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 da. この瞬間が宝物。君たちと私いつまでも今日も生きてよかった。マジよかった。